When it comes to Chamath and Virgin Galactic, I heard it all, okay? I heard it all and I read it all in my comments. It's, a fake company or a fraud company. Chamath sold all his shares. He did a pump and dump with a spec. He's not behind the company. Yada, yada, yada. However, yesterday, so day before yesterday, if you're watching this video, Chamath did an SPCE filing where he showed once again that he's fully committed to this company with over 15.75 million shares, okay? Almost 16 million shares, guys, okay? This is a hell lot of cash. Now, what I'm thinking about this and what does it mean and what this SPCE filing feels like, all of that here on this vlog, so stay tuned. After you're liked and subscribed, obviously we're diving directly in. Usually you get this kind of email, okay? Virgin Galactic for statement changes of beneficial ownership. And I know how you feel because there were so much sales of stocks of big guys into Virgin. Then every time this email comes into your inbox, you are like, oh my God, who sold now? I know the feeling. But, when you know why they are selling, like for example, Richard Branson to finances other companies and still has a lot of shares, or Chamath, financing his other specs and still has a lot of shares, then you are not that affected emotionally to that anymore, okay? So if you are opening that, then you find this kind of website, which is the investor relation website of Virgin Galactic, and then you click here on the PDF, and then you come to a very complicated PDF here that shows you actually what happened, okay? So here we go, where first, this is Chamath Palihapitiya, okay? He's obviously a director and a 10% owner of the company, as you can see here in the filming. And, sometimes you have a little bit of a grace period to mention which trades you did and which stocks you might have received through some kind of agreements, and then you can bind them all together in one filling, So here, for example, this was the first two ones were acquiring common stock, which was back on the 18th of March 2021. And you can see that he actually got 3.5 million shares for a share price of 11.50, and then also on the same day another 388,000 shares that he got for 11.50. Now, I believe that this is some kind of arrangement. This is not that he bought those shares because the price was never this price. And I think it's maybe on the SPAC agreement that, he had with the company that at some point or through some kind of milestones as a chairman or whatsoever, he gets additional shares, or it's another kind of, mechanism that he got the shares. However, he got the shares and, that just added to his overall share count, okay? Then he sold shares on the 18th of March twice, once 1.3 almost million shares, and the other one was 142,000 shares. Here you can see when it's red and the D instead of the A stands here in this row, then you know that it's distributed, so it means that he sold it, okay? So for an average price of 31.364, and then he also summarized has almost 60 million shares, guys. And this is mind-blowing because, I feel that if you see this comment somewhere, it doesn't matter if it's Reddit or under my videos by people who are saying, oh, he sold all his shares, and all of this stuff. It makes me wonder why the people don't, engage to actually look further into the material, okay? It's so devastating for those people, financially speaking, that they don't make their own research because they are losing so much on great information about companies that they might invest in. So it's not about, that you invest in a company and then you just keep it running. You should really invest time in it as well. This is the whole point of investing, in my personal opinion, because every time I said, no, he didn't sold all his shares, he sold partially his shares, and he still has 16 million shares in his account. So, what are you talking about, right? And this is even, I think, wrong information is as bad as choosing the wrong stock to purchase in the first place. Okay, if you are inside a company as an investor and then look at the wrong things or get to the wrong information and you sell or are turn bearish on a great company, well, what's the whole point that you invest in the first place? So what is the sense behind it that you put money that you hardly earned into a company, but don't invest the time to then, really research the company or the progress or why the company will succeed in the future and what are the bearish terms and so on. Yeah, but go through the noise and see what the effects are, okay? So this is, a mind-boggling always for me. And that's why, if there's just one takeaway from this video, then, do your own research. Just invest in 1 or 3 companies. That's totally enough. If you don't have that much time, then limit yourself into 3 companies that you can actually, really, really look deep into it. Okay, one of my friends, he actually said a great comment, which, he believes that instead of many others on the stock market, instead of going a kilometer wide and having, a huge portfolio with different kind of stocks and whatever is trending right now, I go 1 centimeter wide, but 1 kilometer deep. And I think this is the way to go. This is what I did in my last successful investment so far. And it really paid off because you are in, your material. Nobody should be better knowing this company than you are, okay? There's a reason why Warren Buffett is investing, 8 hours per day in researching the market and reading about companies and listen to conference calls and reading conference transcripts and so on, because he's really into it and he owns only 13 stocks, guys. And when this guy, the multi-billion-dollar mind in stock investing, invests 8 or more hours per day in just researching and has 13 stocks, how many hours you invest? If you invest half an hour per day just scrolling through financial news, that's not really investing into the hard material of the stock or the company. Okay, then you should maybe own only 3 stocks and really say, okay, each day I will have 30 minutes. And what you actually have to look for, this is what we will discuss now. Because in the end of the day, I will not leave you out here without giving you 35% off my masterclass, the link below, where all of this wisdom that I'm just telling in this kind of videos just every now and then on YouTube, there's the whole course with 150 videos, plus you get lifetime access to the Discord with many other investors where we get very, very, vocal about the market and discuss the situation as, for example, Monday, right? If you were right and with me, then, you could benefit from that, the bounce back on Tuesday very, very much. So, however, check it out if you are interested. And the thing that I really believe what you have to look for if you invest in a company is the following. First of all, the team. What the team is doing, okay? So usually if you're investing in a team and the people are vocal about those companies, follow the team on Twitter. Okay, by the way, follow me on Twitter as well. This is my Twitter and this is my Instagram. Don't forget, the content continues there, okay? So really, really worth it to follow me there. So follow them on Twitter because I believe that many out there are just, using the Twitter platform to really communicate with the world and with news and so on. So then you should really be informed about the whole industry, because sometimes you are just, so blinded by so many news that you forget what is the industry doing, okay? So industry news are very, very important as well. Like, for example, for space, it would be, okay, what is SpaceX doing? What is Blue Origin is doing? What documentaries are out there about space movies even, forums, right? Reddits about the space industry. There's a lot of things to do. Then I think you should really know everything about the product. If there's a documentary about the company or product, watch it, okay? Take the 2 hours time, watch it. Check out all the books available on a company and then just follow up. There's great services on Google where you just, put in the company name and set Google alerts. So every day you get the news about the company, which is great. It's called for free and you just get the email. So, there's so many ways these days, check out Google Trends as well. There's so many great tools that you can use. I really, give you the appel to really invest time into your investments, and then finally it will pay out.